Learn how we refinish wood floors without sanding. This is a before, during, and after look at this. Okay, so look how bad this floor is right here. And we're going to go through these pictures fairly quickly. There's our buffer that we use for screening. You saw the vacuum also. Look how bad these floors look, how dirty they look. This is a hallway right here. We're just trying to get you a close-up of show you how bad the floor is. Look at this hallway. Look how bad the traffic area is right there. Now this is our edger. We do the edges first. And then we're going to do this. Now we're taking we have a 175 RPM buffer here. And we're using a screen, and we'll use different screens. Now, that's a vacuum hooked up to our buffer right there, and it pulls about 97% of all the dust out of there. So what's left on the floor is a little tacky, so it goes nowhere, and it leaves no dust in your house. That's usually the problem with a lot of people. They don't like all that dust, plus our costs are so much less. All right, so look at, this is after we've screened this room. Look at how bad it looked. Look what it looks like now with natural wood. You can see the natural wood right there. We're walking around the house. We've already screened all of this. You can see what it looks like here. We've taken all the bad parts out. So, a little note here. Now that's what it looked like in this room right here. See how dark that was? And look what it looks like now, how clean it looks. So it looks really good. And, you know, without creating all that dust, so now we don't have a whole day of cleanup that you have to pay for. Down the hall, remember what the hall looked like? Look at that. Look at how good this looks. Here, a little note here. We're going into the bedrooms now. We're going to show you we did the bedrooms. They wanted us to stain this when they first hired us, and they saw how good the natural wood looked, and they decided to go back with just a clear polyurethane finish, and that's what we're going to do. Man, it turned out really, really good. Okay, so now we're applying polyurethane, and this is how we do it. We do the edges first. Now it's going to look a little darker on the edges. It's still wet and it's drying. So we're going to get the polyurethane on our roller, and we're just kind of showing you how we start this. And then we'll pour polyurethane across like this. You know, oh, I don't know, about every 7 feet or something like that, 6, 7 feet. And we'll just put it on. You don't want to put too much on, and you don't want to put too little on. It's a fine art with just the right amount of polyurethane. We add too much polyurethane to this floor, and it's gonna like puddle. You're gonna see it on the floor when the sun is shining through the windows. You'll see that puddling, and then we have to take it all back down again to get rid of that puddling. So we don't want that. If we put too little, it's gonna wear through too quick, and you're going to have to get it refinished more often. So we like to put 2 or 3 coats on, depending on what the customer wants. We have a minimum of 2 coats. This is our first coat, of course, and it looks much different than this. It looks way better than this once it dries. Right now, you know it's wet as we're going through this room putting the polyurethane on. And we're using one hand right now doing this as we're using our phone camera to take this video for you so you can see our process. Now we're normally 40-50% less than the competition because of the way we do things. It doesn't take that long. Usually we can get a job done in less than a day, but this was a whole first floor, so it took us 2 days to do this because you got to let that first coat of polyurethane dry overnight, and then you come back to put the second coat on, and then they can have the furniture put back. Usually what we do is we have them hire movers to move their furniture. They moved all their furniture into a pod outside because we had to empty the whole house to do this. If you do one room, of course, you can move furniture into another room. But remember, anytime we're doing this, everything's got to be off the floor. Otherwise, how do we do the job we're supposed to do? So we get we have you hire a mover that knows how to move things without damaging all your furniture. Okay, so let's look at this. All right, this is what those two rooms look like. We just put that first coat, and this is what the first coat looks like at the end of the first day. Thank you so much for watching.